Hello and welcome everyone. In today's video, we're going to talk about multiplying fractions and dividing fractions. Now, multiplication and division is typically harder than addition and subtraction, except when talking about fractions. Multiplying and dividing fractions is actually easier than adding and subtracting them. And that's because there's only really one thing we need to do: multiply straight across. So for this example of 2/3 times 1/8, in order to get the answer, I need to multiply the 2 and the 1 and multiply my 3 and 8 together. Well, 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 8 is 24. We can reduce this fraction because both 2 and 24 are divisible by 2, which will give us 1/12. And that's all there is to multiplying fractions. Not terrible at all. So let's go ahead and put up one for you to try as well. Here we have 4/7 times 5/2. Again, we just need to multiply straight across. 4 times 5 gives me 20. 7 times 2 gives me 14. We can reduce this fraction. Both 20 and 14 are divisible by 2. That would leave me with 10/7. I'm going to leave it as the improper fraction. And that brings us to the end of multiplication of fractions. Let's go ahead and jump into division. Now, dividing fractions is pretty much the same thing as multiplication. There's just one extra step we need to do. And that's actually changing our division problem into a multiplication problem. And the way I learned it and the way I teach it is by the method called keep, change, flip, which means we're going to keep our first fraction. We're going to change our sign, and we're going to flip our other fraction. And so looking at this problem, 3/4 divided by 1/6, I'm going to keep my first one as 3/4. I'm going to change our division into a multiplication, and I'm flipping the 1/6 to 6/1. There we have a multiplication problem. We know how to solve these by multiplying straight across. 6 times 3 gives me 18. 4 times 1 gives me 4. This can reduce because we can divide both of these by 2. And that will leave me with 9/2. And again, I'm keeping this as the improper form. Division is not bad either. We just need to remember the keep, change, flip method. Now we got one example for you to try for this. So let's go ahead and look at it. So here we have 3/10 divided by 2/5. Remember, we need to do that keep, change, flip. I keep my first fraction, I change to a multiplication, and I flip the second fraction. So again, keep 3/10, change the division to a multiplication, flip the 2/5 into a 5/2. Now we have a multiplication problem where we just multiply across. 3 times 5 gives me 15. 10 times 2 gives me 20. I can reduce this. Both are divisible by 5. Well, that will leave me with 3/4. And there's the solution to that problem. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.